Hello, very good morning, very good afternoon to class 8B and 8C. And like yesterday, is my audio and video clear? Yeah, is my voice coming over to you, boys? Is it fine? Yes, okay, thank God. The other day it was a disaster. One is the background. The second one was too much of problem. Okay, I look like somebody emerged inside the Eiffel Tower, but it's fine. We have begun with the chapter Indian Judiciary. We are going to continue with this chapter today. We are going to understand why Indian Judiciary is called as independent judiciary. Now, before we go, let me ask you some of the questions regarding that chapter. The questions are: can you tell me the functions of the judiciary? We have discussed in the previous class about the functions of judiciary. Can you mention the three functions of judiciary? Yes, in the comment box you can mention the first one is dispute resolution. Okay, we can take it as settling the disputes. Fine. What about the second one? Judicial review. Very well done, Archana and Dhanush. What about the third one? That is the third one, right? Upholding law and enforcing fundamental rights. It's just as written in the book. Again, I'm going to come back to the first one. Settling disputes. Settling disputes can be between a citizen and a citizen, citizen and the state, state versus state, state versus central government or the union government. Any type of disputes can be settled in the court. Second one, judicial review. Whenever the government makes a policy which is unfavorable to the public or to the citizens, they can appeal against the law to the court. The court will bring the law down or direct the parliament to amend the law. Third one, upholding law and enforcing fundamental rights. Everybody is equal before the law. This is evident in how the court works. Court doesn't see whether he is rich or poor. Equal justice is given to despite of any background that you have. And regarding the fundamental rights, we have got 6 fundamental rights. If any violation of our fundamental rights are found, Supreme Court and the High Court act as the custodian of the fundamental rights. They give us a justice if there is any violation of our fundamental rights are to be found. One example I gave you about Hakim Sheikh. In 7th, you have studied who fell off from the moving train, and he was declined to get into the hospitals of West Bengal, and the case was fought in the court, where the court directed West Bengal government to give him compensation. Fine. Now today we are going to study why it is called as independent judiciary. Now you have read in the previous chapter key features of constitution. One key feature of the constitution was separation of powers. Powers were separated. There are 3 organs: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Legislature has its own powers, executive has its own powers, judiciary has its own powers. Those 3 do not I cannot say do not have unlimited powers. Those 3 do not have unlimited powers. They have powers. They check each other. But judiciary is completely independent of the legislature and the executive, because no judge are appointed by legislature. Though we say that the president of India appoints the chief justice of India, the high court judges, but it's not politician. It's not the politician who comes and appoints a judge. So indirectly, there is no hand of the politics in judiciary. That's why judiciary is called as an independent body or independent judiciary. Let's take an example. Now, let's take an example which has happened, right? You all know about Salman Khan. Salman Khan was convicted in the case of killing a black buck and driving over pedestrians in Mumbai, and he was actually pronounced as guilty and he was sentenced. Right? Now, with the stature of Salman Khan, he's a very popular figure. He very rich and he has political support also. So, with his political support, would he or can he go and influence the judge? Is it possible? The Indian judiciary says it is not possible. Why? Because there is no influence of a legislature on the judiciary. You cannot influence the judge, or there is no. How can you influence a judge? If you appoint somebody, you can influence him. Like the legislature can influence executive, because legislature is the one which appoints the executive. Civil servants can influence. They can threaten the executives, or they can fire the executives, but it doesn't happen in judiciary. That is why even the common people of India do believe in justice, that if anywhere justice is not found, it is shall be, or it shall be found in the courts of India. So if it is not found in the local court, definitely in the high court. Not in high court, absolutely in the Supreme Court, the apex body for the appeal. If you did not get in a Supreme Court, I don't know, maybe again reappeal to another bench of justice. But normally you will get. So I gave you I gave you a present example, because to make you understand that despite having so much of money and political pressure, you just cannot manipulate judiciary. Now, this concept is not required, but I will just say, to actually make this happen, the legislature came up with a unique idea of incorporating the politicians inside the collegium that appoints the Supreme Court judges. In other words, the legislature wanted to be the part of appointing the judges, and they brought out a law called the NJC Bill. The NJC Bill was passed in the parliament. Remember, it was passed in the parliament. It went for the judicial review, and the Supreme Court struck it down, because Supreme Court thought that bill is against the Constitution. What does the Constitution say? Judiciary shall be independent and judiciary will not be biased. Why have you seen the lady of the statue of justice? You see in the court holding scales, right? And she has black putty, so that she shall not see the person before giving out justice. She shall not see whether it's Salman Khan or Amir Khan or Shah Rukh Khan or somebody else, Sanjay Dutt. No, she will just listen to the facts stated in the court. If he is guilty, he is pronounced guilty and is imprisoned. If he is not guilty, then obviously not. Now, there is a very nice line saying in India that justice, yes, we get it, but it is delayed. And there is a line which says that justice delayed is justice denied also. So justice is delayed, that is very sure. That is because of the population. The population is 137 crore. Everybody has some disputes to settle, and the courts are very limited. There are only 22 high courts and one Supreme Court. Where would you go and fight your cases? There are 10,000 cases are pending before your case comes up for hearing. And what happens with this one? People start getting fed up with the structure of courts. There are fast track courts. The government is trying to work on fast track courts where justice can be delivered easily. Now, justice is not something like Maggie. You cannot get it in 2 minutes, that you went inside the court, you pleaded with the judge, and the judge says, yes, 2 minutes, Maggie. No. It is, you have to understand both of the sides. You have to see the side of the truth, what you have presented, your side, his side. Then the court comes with justice, with the verdict. Now, to actually understand this isn't related to the chapter, but still you will have fun understanding how the court works if you watch a movie called Jolly LLB and Jolly LLB 2. Have you watched it? One is played by Akshay Kumar and one is played by I think, what is his name? I don't remember his name. Munna Bhai Circuit. Oh yeah, Jolly LB and Jolly LB 2, right? If you do not have watched it, you watch it. You will understand how the court works in India. Now, obviously, we cannot go to the court and sit down. It is possible. Publics are allowed in the court, but normally we don't go there. And people don't. Arshad Varsi is the name. Yes, Krishnendu, thank you. People don't want to go to courts and police because it is just hassle, right? It's like extra work for you to go to court and meet up with the lawyer. That means you're going on. The justice delayed would be about the rape case that happened in Delhi, Nirbhaya case, which actually was in 2011 or 12, and the verdict came out in 2019, last year. Nearly took 7 to 8 years. ऐसे बहुत केसेस है, आज भी उनके कुछ वर्डिक्ट नहीं आया है. जैसे तलवार का, आरुषि तलवार का जो मर्डर हुआ था, उसका नो मीडिया में ट्रायल होता रहता है. मीडिया ट्राइज टू पोर्ट्रे these issues into the limelight, but the court has its own rules and regulations. These are very famous, like the Arushi Talwar murder case. Like if you are part of here, you will know the case which actually was very interesting, Bhaskar Shetty murder case. The Ayodhya verdict would be a very good one, Krishnendu. Yes, recently it happened, right? Recently Ayodhya, then they you know that the Hindus are starting to build the Ram temple, Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. That was long drawn, so much of hype built around the verdict. And there are other cases also, like the Nirbhaya, which actually had all the citizens of India looking for the verdict. The Ajmal Kasab one, who actually came to Mumbai, and he was a terrorist, right? That was the one. So yeah, now recently, now exactly, it's Sushant Singh Rajput case is being handled by the CBI. I don't know, still people are not caught. They have to be produced before the court. Then court ka karwai shuru hoga. It's a very famous scene from Sanjay Dutt, not Sanjay Dutt, I think Sunny Deol. Sunny Deol says in the court, he plays a role of a lawyer, and he says, "Tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq milta hai." Right? I think the movie name is Chandni, something else. Okay, and he says, "Tariq pe tariq." Court always gives you the date. The court is adjourned, next date. The court is adjourned, next date. Okay, in Kerala there is a smuggling case. Okay, fine. Now, always you should remember, when there is this court issue, or if I can say this, if you are going to the court, normally if you have property and all, lot of money you have to give to the lawyer, and the lawyer is the one who actually is the richest profession. If you want to earn a lot of money, you better become a lawyer, not liar, lawyer. Better become a lawyer. I actually wanted to become a lawyer. So I wanted to say, if you go to a court case, or if you engage yourself to a court case, you will become poorer. Okay. And if you win the case, okay, you're poorer, it's fine. If you win the case, it's fine. If you lose the case, anyhow, you have become poorer again. Then you just come out, you will come out on the streets. So that's how it is. Okay. Sriram also says something. Okay, fine, Sriram, I'll just watch it. Fine, boys. Now that's what I wanted to focus on, the independent judiciary. Next concept is about the level, the tier of the Supreme Court, the High Court, and the local court. We have a 3-tier system in India, where we have India has an apex court called the Supreme Court of India, the SCI. The Supreme Court of India is in New Delhi. The Chief Justice is as probably respected as much as the president. He is as powerful as the president also. He is respected because CJI is the topmost person who gives us justice. Then comes the high courts. We have 22 high courts. We do not have high court in all the states, but we do have some of important high courts, like Allahabad High Court. Allahabad High Court is a very important high court. Bombay High Court, Allahabad High Court are very important ones to name. Delhi High Court also, because they are very much in news. And then comes the local court in the district level. There is a court in the taluk level, the tehsil level also. There are courts, junior civil courts. There are courts. Okay, Punjab and Haryana share high courts. Yes, some share high courts. Like the Northeast do not have high courts on their own, so they share. The UTs will not have their high courts, they will share with the state, right? So we will learn about the structure in the next class, that is tomorrow in the live. So till then, it's goodbye from me. Today we have learned about the functions of a judiciary and the judiciary as an independent body, how and why. So thank you so much for joining, and it's always a pleasure. See you tomorrow, boys, at 10:30. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.